can't match, so we have to trade. Can we trade Dragon? We don't have enough tempo. It's a bigger investment than the grubs. Okay, let's go look for his camps. Again, we're not looking for any ganks that aren't guaranteed, because if we do, there's a cost. And lastly, which was really good, we're in proximity to this lane. Okay, we want to keep updates on this lane. We want to say, you know, the reason why we're not going from red here straight to bot is because we're letting it marinate. You know, we're letting it get more volatile. There's no reason to run there straight away when the chance of you killing is only going to get higher as the game like continues. You know what I mean? However, let's say they were both 1 HP after red. That's a time where you can't let it marinate, right? So it's about to overcook. You got to go. Is this something that you have to immediately run to?
No.
Can you get Krugs here before something crazy happens? Yes. So everything that started from this match or trade fundamental gave us 3 camps plus a kill.
Yeah.
And we still have all of our camps still. What's up, everyone? Just quickly wanted to talk to you guys about the Jungle Academy. Now, I don't want to, you know, try and sell you guys on something that I don't truly believe is insane, but this program is probably one of the best resources that I've ever seen in terms of if you are serious about your improvement, if you're serious about climbing, then this is probably the way that I would go if I was first, you know, trying to improve at a rapid rate. And I think the main selling point of this program is the daily group jungle coaching sessions. We have all these amazing jungle coaches, you know, all challenger players, all have insane knowledge where you'll have your VOD reviewed. And yeah, just an insane resource. You know, you have also the coaching VOD library. So if you want to, you know, look up a specific matchup, you know, you have the community asking questions, bunch of information just being shared. So I hope to see you guys all in the Jungle Academy. Let's talk about your process so far and where we're at, just to get things started.
Okay.
You initially, we had that initial session, and then you hit your, what was your rank goal? Where did you start, and what was your goal?
I was like low silver, which I've been in for like years, and my goal was just to like get into gold, and I actually made it to gold 2 and then went on a losing streak.
Went
all
crazy.
The way to gold 4. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty insane. So this is something that I've experienced lots, right? Coaching, with people that climb, right, or initially climb, or like kind of they have like instant results. What we have to do like after that is sometimes we get in this mindset of like we're just gonna keep climbing, right? We're just getting this mindset of like everything's sweet from here. You know, it's like everything's good. We're just gonna keep climbing. Yeah. It's gonna be all good. The thing is, like I say this every time, but climbing is never linear, right? You could be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, down, like this, right? All the time. And so what's really, really important is that we don't get too stuck on the rank, and we still just have this idea that we're just looking to improve, right? Even you have that climb right to gold, your mentality probably switched more to like, wait, how far can I really climb? And you probably started looking at your LP more and more and more, and your rank more and more and more, which is not ideal, to say the least.
You're right. That whole win streak, I remember too, because you had told me that the first session, and so I was like, I was climbing, but I was like, don't pay attention to the rank, try to just improve. And so I do feel like I maybe missed that when I started going on those losing streaks.
It creeps up on you. It's this little thing in the back of your mind that's like, damn, like, can I get to plat? Oh, I'm so close to plat. Oh, I demoted. Oh, I promoted. It just becomes that again instead of, so like when we do initially have that rank up, your mindset should be, oh, I'm going to verse better opponents. It's going to give me a chance to improve at even a more rapid rate. Because the fastest way to improve, exactly. The fastest way to improve is to verse players that are better than you. Not like, you know, versing a challenger player obviously wouldn't be the fastest way to improve. But you don't want to verse players that are worse than you, right?
Thing in sports,
Yeah, you don't want to verse someone that's like below you, because you're not going to improve from that. You want to verse someone that's a little bit better than you, right? So when you rank up, it's perfect because, instead of now versing silver players, we're versing like high gold players. That's perfect. And if we focus on those games where we actually lose and kind of, you know, get jungle gapped or whatever happens, or even, you know, laners outplay us, you know, whatever happens in those games, that's where the real game tests your ego and how much you can really look at yourself. But yeah, essentially, you have this initial climb. You got to not get complacent. You got to keep remembering the things that got you to that first initial climb in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, yeah, I hit those loss streaks, and it like where I thought I was able to climb and everything, then I go on a 12 loss streak, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm not meant to be in gold. I'm like almost back to silver already.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
Those doubts also start creeping up on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you just gotta, you gotta, as hard as it is, you gotta try and just hide. You gotta try and hide the rank, get it out of your head. It does 100%. Like when you hit a golder, right? I'm not saying like, never look at your rank. Once you hit the gold goal, 100% look at your rank and feel accomplished and feel good, right? Because that's kind of a major reason why we're doing what we're doing, right? But
right
after that moment, it's like, it starts up again. It's back to, okay, we're versing better opponents. We're gonna keep the same mentality with that in mind.
Yeah. So, actually, speaking of better opponents, I feel like my strategies just aren't working as well with Bel'Veth.
Yep.
So like I invade and then I fail and invade and it snowballs into.
So when that happens to you, what's your response in terms of your learning? What's the response? Do you say this isn't working because they're better, or do you try and understand why it didn't work, the details around it?
Yeah, I do need to try to understand the details around each specific one.
Because that right there, what you just told me right then, these invades are not working anymore. So you can agree with me that players in Challenger invade as Bel'Veth, right?
Right.
So, right, there's a big so here. So when you invade, the only difference between a silver player that you invade and maybe a platinum player, let's just put that big kind of difference, right?
Yeah.
The biggest difference is going to be that they also know about they kind of know about your invades, and they have better habits, whether they'll ward for it, whether they'll play the situation better, they'll they understand the situation a little bit better. So when it happens to you, they've warded, that actually makes you have better habits. Okay, I can't go for this invade every game. Okay, if I go for this invade, I need to make sure that XYZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say like 90% of the time, it's just that teammates rotate way faster and just kill me.
So what's that doing? What habit or where is that improving you when that happens? Is it it's probably multiple things, right? The decision to invade, but also it's just improving your awareness. When do I have to leave? How long can I stay here for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good. Like this is literally by definition you improving. If you went now and played in bronze for 100 games and stomped them, you wouldn't learn anything. Actually, you'd get worse.
Yeah.
So you're right now. What I also like to call this is it's like the what am I looking for? It's like the struggle period. It's like growing pains. Growing pains is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You're having growing pains right now. Once you got to gold 2, you're still gold 3, which is great, right? You didn't. Some people spiral out of control and they go back to they go on massive loss streaks. But you're in a stage right now called growing pains. You've had an initial climb, and we need to get back to focusing on ourselves, improvement. When we do these invades, understand why it didn't work. What areas of our game are we improving on? We're going to improve on the information of why we invaded. We're going to improve on the awareness and the tempo of how much time we have, right? The little areas that you can always, because invades will work in Challenger, like we just said. So yeah, this was a really, really good game to showcase match or trade. That's like the biggest thing from this game that I could take, because there were so many good decisions that got us really, really fed. And there were so many good decisions that made us not lose the game in the late game by like compensating. But let's go over everything. Let's go over why I made those decisions that I made and what were the factors involved. You heard me talking a lot in this game about making decisions ahead of time, right? Like while you're on Raptors, what's option A, B? While you're on the Rift or the Grubs, are we going to base? Are we going to... It's always thinking ahead will give you the best like chance of making the right decision. Because the problem with people being really indecisive, it comes from not thinking ahead of time. Like everyone's going to be indecisive if you get to that point. You're like, oh, oh, I need to think about all these things. Doing things in advance. The time when you're idle is the time where you're thinking. So we talked a little bit in game about when we do the Raptor invade and what the different outcomes are going to be. But this was a great outcome for you, because the reason why we don't go for this top gank is the same reason why we don't go for, if we go for this top gank and we only get his flash, is that worth it? We only get Nico's flash. No, of course not. Right? So this gank has to be 100%. 100% kill. And then let's say you go for the gank, you kill. You would recall here straight away and then go here to defend this side. Because Rammus will be thinking, oh, I mean, he could also do this, to be honest, to like counter gank your thing. But generally, it's about trying to defend this side when you take his side here. So yeah, 2 options. Raptor invade, you're going to do this. Gank top, reset, go here. Or, which is the option that you did this game, which is not ganking top. It is just going back to your red and then getting back here as fast as possible and actually skipping the Krugs.
Okay.
Right? We want to skip the Krugs because for him, think about how awkward it is. Like, he does these 3 camps, does wolves, and then this Krug is almost like he has to check firstly. So sometimes junglers won't even take that from you. That's like he got like the best possible outcome, and that outcome was still good for you. So here, you kind of want to like check here, because like what if he is here, right? What if he realizes this is dead and he's like, oh, I gotta go take this because mine's gone. So yeah, you wanna check the blue here in the grump, and then work. So you'll like come this way, you'll check this, and then you'll work like backwards, or you'll go scuttle and then go back to your raptors. But now that we know that these are down and he ganks top, you see that?
Yeah.
So we're farming, we're checking our proximity gank, which is going to be bot in this case. We're checking the proximity. Same thing again. If we go for this bot gank, right? Let's go to this point. If we go for this bot gank,
had it worded.
What are we going to lose? These 2 camps, right? However, if we think that he maybe started these camps, it can just be a trade, right? And that's fine, because then at least we're still in the proximity to this bot situation, which is volatile. So what we did here was good, right? We take the scuttle. We're not ganking bot yet, because we want to let it marinate. We want to like collect the farm first. We're going to keep checking it, because right now if we gank bot, we burn flash. It's a trade-off because we're not getting farm. If we gank bot here, a good jungler will take our raptors. So that's the trade-off. Is that worth getting Ezreal flash? No, it's not. Especially on champions like Bard and Ezreal, who already have inbuilt escapes. E, Bard E, right? So we don't want to go for that. So what you did here was great. As soon as you see Rammus, though, what should that tell you here? As soon as you see him, you spot him.
Top camps are up.
Exactly. Perfect. So what should our decision be to fight him here?
No.
Should our decision be to ignore him and go take his raptors?
No.
Should our decision be to ignore him and go gank bot?
I mean, possibly.
Kind of, not really, because he's going to be like spam pinging you and so.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing good can come from this situation.
I forget they're actual people sometimes.
Nothing good can come from this. Okay. Yeah, this is like a result of you playing lower elo, right?
Yeah.
So this is a win for you though, seeing him here, because it means he didn't take this. It's a win. He did take this, but as I said, best case scenario, you get to cross here and take these 2. So this whole round is just a +2 of camps, and you're farming really efficiently, which is insane for your early game, right? So yeah, we shouldn't be looking to do this. What you're doing, this is a waste of time. Like what are we trying to? And this comes back to what you said. Remember when you told me I'm doing these invades and I'm dying more? You gotta have better awareness. All these guys will always get to here first. Always. Right, even if the wave was mid here, Lux has inside track. Even if the mid is even here, bot lane has inside track and it's Bard.
My thinking was like super basic. It was just like, oh, I'm level 4 and he's level 3. Maybe I can take his raptors in front of him. But that was in hindsight,
this is where we evolve that thinking and those habits. Because let's say you fight him here. You do technically win. But he has a Lux. He has a Bard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nothing good can come from it. It's just a waste of time. And, you know, even like at this point, right, where we're getting out, I still want you to be thinking about that Raptor camp, you know? Like here, just Q left and just go. Because there's no more threat.
Yeah.
Lux misses Q. No more threat. Just go. Don't hit this ward. Don't walk right. You know what I mean? Like nothing.
Yeah.
So this play, if you think about it, this play is finished. I'll tell you when it's finished. Play is finished at 4:24. Let's see when you start going to Raptors.
Oh boy.
Right? You turn to Raptors here.
Almost 20 seconds.
It's almost like 20 seconds later. And
yeah.
Of course, these kinds of things are not going to lose you games, right? But it's like details of habits that over a high enough amount of games, it's going to matter. All these things are going to add up.
Yeah.
Your tempo is very important, right? Because like, let's say you were already in base here, right? You're so far ahead in tempo that it's going to give you almost another play to make. Like, let's say if you were on map right now, right? You almost have another play to make. Oh, I can take his Gromp and then take this or something.
Oh yeah.
Something just gets created. There wasn't really much in this case, to be fair, that you could do. But again, it's in the grand scheme of things. There's going to be something like tempo is always going to create potential plays on the map. Gank, camp, counter gank, whatever it is. Okay, so this was the first major match or trade situation that happened. Okay, what can you tell from the minimap here? What's Nico doing?
Warding.
Warding, or like she has a ward.
Checking.
And she's knowing what you're doing. Okay. So starting this is fine, but as soon as you see Rammus and you've already calculated, what have you calculated?
Yeah, mid's got
Lux is moving first, always. Top is already moving first. So as soon as you see Rammus, or even right now, you should be getting some idea of, oh, they're probably moving here and Rammus is probably coming here. So again, as soon as this happens, your reaction was good, right? Just leave. However, I think if I didn't tell you, right, to like match or trade, look where you're clicking, right? You're clicking to your camps, and I think you were going to your camps, right? And this is where I have to step in and say, hey, match or trade, okay?
Yeah. I was actually originally going to go straight to Dragon, but they did those so fast.
Yep. And that's another thing, right? When you're doing match or trade, when it's Dragon versus... So, like, the only way you could trade Dragon here is if you see him start it and you start it at the same time.
Yes.
That's how that works. Yeah. You can't match and trade. So that's what kind of sucks about... If you thought about this, like, let's just say, you know, really good habits, right? We see Orianna basing.
Oh, yeah.
We see top having push. We know maybe Rammus is pathing to top. This is where you can do things preemptively. But we're not going to worry about that too much right now. Okay, we're just going to think match or trade. Okay, we can't match, so we have to trade. Can we trade Dragon? We don't have enough tempo. It's a bigger investment than the grubs. Okay, let's go look for his camps. Sweep here. Sweep in these kinds of parts here. This is where you want to sweep. You want to touch this bush, and you want to touch this bush.
Okay.
Because if you're seen here, they're going to run straight at you. You see how you didn't actually have time to trade here, but, you know, Rammus can't be everywhere either. He can't be grubs. Like, if he just match, he's also just going to be like AFK. Okay, so this is the first really big match or trade because this gets you a lot of farm, first of all. Again, we're not looking for any ganks that aren't guaranteed because if we do, there's a cost. And lastly, which is really good, we're in proximity to this lane. Okay, we want to keep updates on this lane. We want to say, you know, the reason why we're not going from red here straight to bot is because we're letting it marinate. You know, we're letting it get more volatile. There's no reason to run there straight away when the chance of you killing is only going to get higher as the game like continues. You know what I mean?
Right.
However, let's say they were both 1 HP after red. That's a time where you can't let it marinate, right? So it's about to overcook. You got to go. So that's why you need constant updates. Update yourself on bot. I think you should update, should be up. So when you walk from like Raptors, so this is really good. Yeah. When you walk from like Raptors to the bot lane here and you're updating yourself, it's really good. Is this something that you have to immediately run to?
No.
Can you get Krugs here before something crazy happens? Yes. Okay. So that update is very important. That means you can just blast all your abilities here. Remember, use smite, right? Something you're not very good at doing is just using smite.
Yeah.
Just use it.
Sometimes, some games I'm better at it.
Maybe it was
others,
because we're doing the live coaching. Yeah. There's a bit, lots to think about. But just use it. Use it on camps, use it on champions, and update yourself again. While you're doing the camp, right, you're going to watch like the mini map here a little bit, and you're going to see stuff starting to happen. It doesn't matter if Swain dies, as long as you clean up, which is what we did. Perfect. Yeah. All good. Okay. So everything that started from this match or trade fundamental gave us 3 camps plus a kill. Yeah. And we still have all of our camps still. Very important. And this happens consistently throughout this game, which is why I think we get so fed. Okay. So yeah, some junglers here, right? So when you after you do that bot gank, like what?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, which camps are more open to Rammus like taking?
Top.
Yep, 100% top, because he already knows we did this, and we ganked his bot. So he's thinking after he does like his top side camps, he's thinking, well, I don't want to go here. I'm gonna go here. So what would be really good for you to do here is either just base in this bush or base in the tri bush.
Okay.
And then you're running straight back to here. We're also able to clear towards bot lane, which is the side we want to play towards, and the next objective. Yeah. So yeah, in hindsight here, basing was better. And yeah, this is something you're gonna get better at, right? While you're killing this Ezreal, as soon as you kill him, idle time right now, right? What do we want to do? Where is Rammus going to attack? Yeah. Even if you base now, it's still okay. But also full clearing is actually also not really that bad. It's just like there is a potential that Rammus, you know, it's like the 70% correct play. 100% correct play is basing. It's still okay. It's still pretty good for you.
And I was even thinking like if it was a more invadey champion, like
that's something you
like
can,
a Volibear or a Yi or something.
Totally.
They would have definitely taken my
someone
camps
who can actually farm your camps fast. Yeah.
And I wouldn't have based, so I wouldn't have an item when I went in there, and they could have killed me.
Yep. Oh yeah, that as well, right? You're gonna sit on 1700 trying to contest your top side. Okay, but all good though. All good. Again, we're thinking about what we're gonna do next here, right? So like the reason why I knew that this Nico was like, I mean, I didn't know. Okay, I'm constantly thinking, what's the enemy gonna do? So after this Raptors, there's really only 2 options for us. What is it? Well, like there's like kind of 3, but there's like base or scuttle and kill top. It's option A, option B, because we're gonna base here, right? So while we're doing scuttle, while we're doing this, and top like did that dive, as soon as she pops up on the map, what should you think?
Smite,
go there. Smite, go. Yep. And what would be even better, right, is like what I said. If Nico shows up on the next wave, which is kind of like, honestly, it's like kind of surprising she did. Smite and go. Prepare yourself. Smite and go. Taking too long here, right? Way too. Look how long she appears top 4. And we still got up to her here, right? And very important here, I'm telling you to keep your camera here. Why?
Because you can see their subtle movements right after they kill.
Exactly. Yep. And what does she show you here? Right then.
Yep. Went straight to that bush.
Yep. They see little details. This is what's separating the ranks, literally. Getting this kill is what separates, you know, the ranks. Challenger, diamond, master tier, gold, silver, bronze, whatever you want.
This was the one that I ended up not getting.
Yeah. I mean, this one was like, this one was just like also, yeah, it was like, I think going for this target is actually fine, right? But you just have to get ready to like commit your flash here. Flash and smite.
Yeah.
I talked about it, right? You just got to commit your...
I honestly just haven't played against a Nico in so long. I would have, if
Like, I've killed ones like that before where they run and you just know which one it is, but I just wasn't thinking.
But even though it's like a Nico, right? The takeaway I want, like, it's good to practice against different champions and think about like, okay, what abilities do they have? Okay, we know like a Bard has his E and his ult. We know that a Nico has her W and her E, right? We kind of build this library of like what champions can do, so we're ready for them. Like if this was like Lux Q here, like let's say you play against Lux like 100 games, you probably flash this Lux Q, right? Yeah. I don't know, whatever it is, you play against some champion here 100 games. They have one ability here that's going to save them. You're going to flash it. You're going to get ready to flash it. So that's what it's about. Okay, whatever. We missed a kill. It's fine. Rammus is on Dragon here, but we have like 2k gold, right? And our mid died. So we're not actually going to try and like match here in this case because
right.
We don't have the tempo for it. To be honest, you should check like how fast is he doing this Dragon, that kind of thing. But it's okay. Like we're just gonna take his camps again and we're gonna trade. So this is another match or trade situation where trading in this case was better because yeah, it looks like, again, we should check, right? But it looks like they're winning that situation. And your team just kind of cooks here, right? Lux doesn't move and Oriana does.
Yeah.
So you can use these times as like a distraction to grow yourself further. It's like, okay, they can do that. Okay, good for them. That's good. That's cool. Whatever. I'm gonna keep, doing my thing.
I feel like I'm flipping a coin when I do that, but I understand at this point, like there's not much of a choice. Like this was the best decision.
Yep. And then, we're thinking what we're gonna do after the grubs. Okay, now it's time to base. So again, a part of this game, right, where we're being a little bit indecisive, which is like, when you're not sure what to do and you have camps up, it's never wrong to just collect dots. Okay, it's never wrong to just collect the dots. So like when Rammus ganks top here, there's so much to do, right? It's like almost overwhelming. Do we take Dragon? Do we take his camps? Do we kill bot? Do we take our camps? So many things to do. In these situations, if you're not 100% sure that you can do the Dragon because your team is in base, dead, in base, you'd collect the dots. So unless we're 100%, even though we do have Kraken and we do this Dragon pretty fast, we're not 100%. So we're just going to do dot, dot, dot. Because Rammus shows top, we're trading his camps here. And as we trade these camps, what are we allowing time to happen? We're letting them make what they want to do, the bot lane.
Yeah.
And we're waiting for our team to come back on the map. So another marination step. Let it marinate. Let people decide what they want to do. So we don't want to be the one that like starts the Dragon here, right? And then Lux TPs and Bard moves over and our team AFKs. We don't want to be the one that gets got. We want to be the one that they make a decision. They start the Dragon. They push the tower while we are just farming efficiently and then cleaning up. You see that?
Yeah.
So I don't even like you going into clear vision here. I think it's okay if you just like drop a pink. But really what I would like to see here is like you take the scuttle. Again, just smite it, right? You have 2 smites coming up. Smite it.
Oh, yeah.
Sweep here and just walk here and go look for his camps here. Fast, fast, fast. Boom, boom, boom. Too much slowness overall, right? In your...
Yeah.
And I know this is something that's you're gonna get used to. Of course, for me, the reason why I can do it quickly is because I'm thinking of it back here, right? Look how much time you have when Rammus shows top to come to a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Lots of time. Oriana bases. Jhin is dead. Their bot lane is there. His red is spawning. Finish. We know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Of course, it's easier for me as well. As you're playing, I can, just look at the map. But staring at the map is pretty OP, as you can see. Yeah, this is a good pick. Right, he gets caught. Good combos. The reason why you like, I think your mechanics on Belvedere are actually good. Besides like not smiting, you have good skirmishing and mechanics and champion mastery, which is I think why you had that initial climb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're just gonna keep looking at all these little details, keep sharpening up our fundamentals. This was a good dragon, right? We kill Bard. We instantly just make the decision here after we kill him. You know, time a dragon. And also, I said it in the game, but remember that the second dragon is really squishy because you have items. So like first 2 drags have less health, like 6.8k. And then the third dragon that spawns in the game will be tanky.
Yes, so I've been remembering that since you first told it to me.
So it's like, it's very easy to take in terms of how much tempo it costs. Good play. Again though, like your first move should be like Q Smite here.
Oh yeah.
You know, it should be Q Smite and potentially she flashes and you land like a clip W on her. Because imagine if your character is already like chasing her here ahead of her.
Right.
And then she flashes here and your W comes out here. Yeah, I mean, she can still always bind you and then Rammus can turn up, but different case, different game, you get that kill there.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about the mid game, okay? Quickly before we kind of wrap things up. Because the mid game is very important to Velvet. I want to go over that round, that very good round in particular, the trade round again, where we didn't compensate. So yeah, when we're not sure what to do here, right? We're kind of just walking around. Do your camps. Do your camps. Do your krugs. Clear down. Clear down. They all gank top, right? So match or trade.
Oh yeah.
Match the top. They have 3 people. They have more numbers. Trade. So we're looking to kill mid, take bot camps, take bot tower, dive the 80 carry here.
Okay.
Now, if Swain was top and they're battling it out here, let's go match because we kill them all. Right? So make sure you don't always just trade. Make sure here that you're updating yourself here. If Swain is here battling with them and you can come in here and just clean them all up, 100% match. You should always match when you're stronger. Yeah, we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
But here, you're not going to be stronger in the 2v3. Numbers is always a good indication of it. So here again, you see your clicks?
Yeah.
Same habit. Same habit of going back here, but they have made a move here. You need to make a move here. You can't trade Nasus dying for your wolves. Or you have to try and not. Sometimes you can't always trade. There are going to be those scenarios, but especially like pre 20 minutes, you can always trade. Okay. So this was a huge round here. All right, this is a huge round. You take Raptors, you get a kill. Actually, no, this wasn't the huge round, but that was still, yeah, it was still good. This is what happens when they try and match. Do you see what happens? Because you have numbers here.
Yeah.
Right? They try and match, and they're not stronger, so you fight. That from their perspective, they're trying to match you when they should have been just taking this. So you can also see the enemy's mistakes too. Because you have numbers on bot, you just killed Lux. Okay. Yeah, it was this next round. Okay, so we're talking about uptime, downtime now, right? Why do we not go and farm like the bot side camps? Because our team's ready to play.
Yes.
Team's ready to play. Everyone's ready to play. Let's play. So we want to be looking to catch people on waves. So we're looking to either catch someone on this wave, which you're doing, or on this top wave. Okay, we're looking to catch someone here. And play for the objective, which is Rift. Teamfight is good. I won't talk too much about teamfights, but it's really good that you let other people take the focus. If you just go in straight away, wait out all this stuff, wait out the Rammus W, get a reset, and fight is good. Now, the very important thing here is like, don't tunnel too much on this Rift, okay? Don't tunnel too much on it. Like going back here.
There was like a split second where I
know you could smite
it and got it. And
yeah,
it's okay though. How I missed that.
The biggest takeaway.
Oh wait, I did smite it. No, I didn't. Fuck.
The biggest takeaway from this, okay? Absolutely the biggest takeaway is what happens after the fight. Okay? Because after the fight, look what happens. You don't like tunnel on it. You don't compensate. You get to farm. Enemy makes some weird plays, whatever. You get to farm. Now it's uptime again. So we just played a whole... When your team was dead here, we farmed 3 camps. Right? Which is good. Which those 3 camps... You know, when you die in a fight like that, those 3 camps are a big difference in terms of your like agency and your XP and your gold in the game. So perfect. We don't die. We farm. They do Rift. We trade Dragon. Okay, super good. What should we do now? This was the round.
Get a pit. Yeah. Take camps.
Yeah, so it's still uptime, right? It's still uptime, because if uptime also means like if Nasus is pushing here and they go and like gangbang him, we want to take this and we want to kill him. So going back to your Gromp here is a big mistake, because we're not playing off the fact that Nasus is just some 0-10 inter. We can play off that. We literally can. By, you know, especially we talked about it as well, like versing a Rammus can't farm very well. So I talked you through the entire thought process here, right? Of, okay, we're trading again because they're going to take the Rift. And we're looking at that side lane. That this is the Bel'Veth zone here. Right here, this is Bel'Veth's zone. You take the dragon and you're able to solo kill like solo laners. Like even if this was like the, I don't know, there's going to be like some that you can't, right? There's going to be like Fioras and stuff at this point. But most of the time, especially this is why I'm telling you, you need to build to be able to kill the side lane. Because if you're able to do this, same thing again, proximity, okay? With, you know, we kind of needed to figure out the timing here of when to actually catch her. Maybe it was after red, right? It was kind of unlucky timing, but whatever. We're trying to catch the side lane. We look for her. She makes this int play. Look how much, so we get red from trading the top side and from not kind of like dying with the top fight. Not compensating, not matching when we shouldn't. We gain dragon. We gain red, we gain Krugs, we gain Lux kill, we gain 2 bot waves. Big round. Your gold just exploded. 2k. Right? And yeah, don't be scared here. Boom, boom, boom. Use all your abilities. Go in there in one shot, jump out. Big round. Same fundamental. Match or trade. And I think there's, again, same thing again, right? Your Nasus is getting, your Nasus keeps getting like gangbanged. You can use that. You shouldn't be walking left here though. You need to be like getting to that trade side straight away. I mean, I guess, yeah, this is what you did.
Yeah, I think you called it. So yeah, that was good.
Straight away. Go. Adakan, ping it. 100 pings. Who knows what your Jin's doing, but he wants red buff. But yeah, this is also really good. Because, you know, even though you have that inter, you're always, it's almost like an exchange, right? They use their resources to gank him 100 times, but you're always getting something from it because you're ready. You're ready to make that really decisive decision to trade. Now, let's say Adakan wasn't alive here, right? Pause. What can you trade? Like pretty much only mid tower and maybe catching the Lux on the bot wave.
Yeah.
So still catching this Lux. She's going to try and take this wave, right? The wave that's right here. Let's say there's nothing here. Okay, no Adakan, no Lux, no bot camps. And like, let's say taking mid is hard. This is the point where you need to, the third thing. There's match, there's trade, and then there's minimize. Here, there's nothing to trade. They're just going to get like, if they can get all this for free, this is where you just have to come here and try and minimize the damages. Because sometimes it is just going to be that there's nothing. But generally there is something. 80% of the time there's something. And we talked about minimizing later in this game too, about timing where I'm telling you, hey, your Jin dies, chill. You'll have like your moment. You just need to wait. Okay, this was good uptime. And I think that's pretty much it. There was still some fights and stuff. Objective. There were a lot of late game things which we won't really go crazy into detail on, but it was a lot of, let's go through one of those minimizing times because I think that's important. Nasus dies. Yep, they get Baron. It's fine. Remember, we have that win con. Actually, no, this is the final big thing, actually. The win con thing. You've spent all this game translating your lead to dragons, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you've got 3 dragons. So that's where your win con is at. If you get ace tier for Baron in an unfavorable fight right here, that takes away from your win con. Like, them getting Baron is not going to lose you the game. However, you not being in a position to fight the dragon is going to lose you the game. Okay? So it's actually, and you also have to realize that enemies will always just make mistakes. So as long as you hold your composure, which we did pretty well this game, held our composure, people getting caught, this is where you needed to just use your smite and your flash. Smite. Yeah. Right. Like smiting here, he's just dead. But you just take too much damage. He smurfs on you. And yeah. So whatever. This was like our first big mistake, which is just a mechanical thing. Which we do actually lose a lot from, to be fair. But you make it back here, right? It's so important that you also recognize what mistake is the enemy making here?
Overstaying.
Yeah.
I mean, drag's coming up.
Yep. So they're playing uptime right now, but if the enemy team just keeps spawning like zombies, eventually they're gonna kill you, right? So for them here, they needed to be thinking more like, you know, yeah, they just overstayed pretty much. So you have to really try and assess. You're stronger here, right? Ezreal's like low, everyone's low, so you can make some good plays here. This kind of won you the game. You chasing them down here kind of won you the game. And you need to be able to assess that back here. You need to be really assessing this situation here. Numbers, spawn timers, and resources like health bar. Ezreal's low.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a game-winning play.
I do feel like that was a little bit of a lucky situation because, like, 8 out of 10 games, they would have just gotten tower, went straight to drag.
Yep. And if the enemy, you have to accept that if the enemy team plays perfectly, right, which they're not going to do, but if they do, you have to accept the fact that they're in a favorable position. You losing dragon, he doesn't actually lose you the game though. It doesn't actually lose you the game either, right? But you also have to accept, like, if they do play perfectly here, it's their dragon, and you just keep waiting for their mistakes.
Yeah. Because
they will make them. Just like your team makes thousands of mistakes, the enemy will as well. And if they just play perfectly, you know, and they're like, you know, a world-class team, whatever, that's going to happen in like 1 out of like 20 games.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what we'll wrap it up. We know what else happened. You know, when people die like this is why I'm telling you to chill. This is the minimizing thing.
Yeah.
Don't do anything here. Because it's unfavorable. This is like minimize angle. Clearing waves, making sure, okay, we have to give inhib. Okay, that's fine. We're defending our nexus. Okay. And then, yeah, lots goes on. Then you end up having that fight. Right? You chill. And, yeah, we win. Okay.